Hi, I'm Melissa, and I help women like you create a beautiful life and home through the magic of cooking, the thrill of home organization, and the joy of discovering your personal style. And today I am super excited because I am giving you what you want today, and that is addressing your truth makeover. When I surveyed so many of you, you said that is the thing that you would most like to see, and so I'm going to do one on myself today. Now, those of you who might not know me or who are just joining might be wondering, well, what is this addressing your truth thing? Well, if you think back to yesteryear, we were all, I feel like this was just a generally known thing or system, the seasons system of dressing, right? So you either find out if you were a winter, a spring, a fall, or a summer, right? And then you dressed according to that. And that was all based on your hair color, your eye color, and your skin tone. And that is what we kind of, as a culture, at least in America, were brought up with that. And so I learned that at a very young age, and I discovered that I was a spring. And so I was always, and I loved those colors. And so I was always wanting to wear the softer, more pastel-y kind of muted colors. And that is just what I always grew up with and always thought was best for me. Well, a few years ago, I met a friend, and she started telling me that I would look good in some of these other colors, and I'm like, I don't really think so. Like, those are not my spring colors. And she started talking about this thing called dressing your truth. And she said that it was a way of dressing that was completely different than anything else. And you did not dress according to your hair color, eye color, or skin color, but you dressed according to your energy type. And I'm like, well, what is your energy type? What does that mean? Is it kind of like your personality? And it is kind of like your personality, but it's so much deeper than that, because it is irrespective of your upbringing, your experiences, situations. It is how you come to this earth with a particular energy. And you've noticed this in other people. Like, some people are just really outgoing and bubbly, and that's just how they are. And other people are a lot more reserved and quiet, and that is how they came here. That is how they are. And if they try to be outgoing and bubbly, it kind of seems unnatural. So this whole system of dressing is based on that, your energy type. And the idea is that if you put things on your body that match your natural energy, you are going to project your true self to the world, and it's going to be beautiful and amazing. And this was really intriguing to me. And so she said, well, the first thing you need to do is figure out which type you are. So in the Dressing Your Truth system, there are 4 types. And so type 1 is called, I'm live here, so my brain is not working. It's going to come to me. Type 1 is bright and animated. That's right. Okay, sorry. So these are the bubbly, outgoing, just their energy is upward and light. And then type 2 is soft and subtle. And these are the women who are more introverted, but they have just kind of like this generous spirit. They're just lovely and kind and giving and naturally move kind of in a smooth way. And then type 3 is rich and dynamic. And these are the really go-getter type of women. They just like nothing is going to get in the way. They're very driven, goal-oriented. And then type 4 is, I know this because it's me. Hold on, please. Brain not working. Type 4 is bold and striking. Okay, so she told me about this, and I originally thought, well, I'm a type 2, obviously, because I'm very introverted, and I try to be kind and soft and just gentle with everybody, and that is who I wanted to be. And so she loaned me this book. She says, read this book. It's backwards, but it's called It's Just My Nature. And once you read this book, it will help you determine which type you are. So I read it, and as I'm going through, it goes in order. So I read type 2, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. Oh great, because like type 2 is kind of the princess vibe, like Princess Diana was a type 2, and that's what I wanted to be like. And then I kept reading, and I got to type 4, and I was like, oh no, I'm a type 4. And I did not want to be a type 4, because type 4s are it's more of a businesswoman type vibe, I would say. more strong and bold, and I have never considered myself to be that way. Like, I've spent most of my life trying to hide and not be noticed. And in fact, I play the organ at our church, and so when I'm sitting up there, everybody can see me, which I do not like. And as soon as I'm done playing the organ, I go and sit down behind the organ, and I calculate it very particularly so that the fewest amount of people from the congregation can see me. Like, I still do that to this day. So I was like, I cannot be a type 4, but reading the book, I was like, this is so clear that I am a type 4. And the more I read about it and thought about it, the more I realized, actually, being a type 4 is kind of cool. And I have some gifts and talents that I thought were faults that can actually, if I view them in a different way, are actually my strengths. And so I became very excited about this. Well, then the next portion of it was, okay, well, now that I know I'm a type 4, what do I wear? So there was a whole online course that you could take. And back when I got it, the course cost $300. I got it on sale for $220, and I thought it was a great deal, and I still think it's a great deal, and I still would pay that to this day because it was worth every penny. So I went online, and it's an online course where they have a bunch of videos that show you like exactly how to do your hair, your makeup, what colors of clothes to wear, the styles, the cuts, the fabrications, the patterns, all of that stuff. And as I was watching this, we got to the video on color, and they held up this card and showed me the type 4 colors, and I was like, I was horrified. I was like, I cannot wear those colors. Those are, oh my gosh, those are terrible. I did not like them. I liked the type 2 colors, which are these colors that I am wearing right now. And I'll show you, this is the type 2 card, so you can see how this matches perfectly on this shirt. So yeah, needless to say, I was horrified, because you cannot hide while you're wearing. You can't hide while you're wearing these colors. But I thought, well, do you know what? I have paid $220 for this course, so I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna give it a shot and see what happens. And so I started wearing those colors, and I started getting compliments like crazy. And I was like, oh my gosh, this really works. Like, I don't know how this is working, but it totally is. And so what I'm gonna do right now is I am going to do a type 4 makeover on myself so that you can see the difference between I'm dressed as a type 2 right now. And what I wanna say here is, like, so many people, I think, are kind of wary of makeovers because they're like, well, if you put makeup on anybody, they'll look better, right? But I am wearing makeup right now. I'm wearing eyeshadow and eyeliner and mascara and blush and the powder base and everything. I'm not wearing like a lip color because I feel like my lips are naturally a type 2 color. So I just want to show you that it's not just about the makeup. It's about the colors and the right combination of things. In fact, I have a funny story to tell you. Many years ago, we had just moved to California, and I was just getting out of the shower, and I had kind of a medical emergency situation, and so I had to go to the hospital. And I went to the hospital, and my hair was all wet, and I had no makeup on, and a very nice doctor came in and treated me, and he said, okay, come see me on Monday. So I went into his office on Monday, and I remember what I was wearing, because it was so not type 4. It was like this type 3 kind of goldish, brownish sweater thing. And I was wearing like brown and gold eyeshadow and peach blush and stuff. And I had my hair up. And I'm sitting in the office, and he comes in there and he shakes my hand and he's like, hi, have we met? And I'm like, yeah, I'm the one you treated over the weekend. And he's like, oh, really? You look so different. Just because I was wearing makeup. And I just kind of smiled, and he went on talking, and like a few minutes later, he stopped and he's like, you just look so different. And I'm like, yeah, that's what makeup does for people like me. So any makeup is good, but wearing makeup in your type is better. So I'm gonna step aside here for just a second. I'm gonna change my shirt, and then I'm gonna start doing the makeover on myself, and I'm gonna do the makeup just on one side of my face so you can see the difference. So hold on just a second here while I change my shirt. So hold on just a second. Hi Lisa, welcome. I'm so excited you're here. Yeah, and those of you who are watching this video on the replay, also Go ahead and chime in on the comments. I would love to hear your experience with your clothing and your makeup and your style, and like if you totally bought into the whole season thing and maybe you're still doing that, which I mean, there's nothing wrong with you if you're doing that. And this is another thing that I want to say. Just because I don't look terrible now, right? I mean, I'm not wearing my type clothes. Just because if you don't wear your type clothes or you're wearing seasons or whatever, it doesn't mean you look terrible. All I'm saying is that when you dress your truth, you look amazing. So here we go. Hold on just a second here while I change really quick. So what I'm going to do now is I am putting on my absolute favorite type 4 color that you're going to see here. And it's very bold, but I think it just makes me look so different. You're going to see a huge difference right away. All right. Ta-da! Popping back in with my favorite type 4 blue, and you can see already that there is a change. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I've got my hair in kind of a type 2 style here. It's kind of loose. Type 2 stuff is very loose and flowing, and type 4 stuff is more chic and structured. So I'm just going to take this out here, and I'm just going to throw my hair up into a ponytail, which is what I do like all of the time. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, it is so much better. So much better. So I could just leave my hair like down and straight, because straight and sleek is also a very type 4 type thing. But one thing about type 4s that I found so interesting is that she talks about in the book is that we don't like movement. We don't like things to move. And so it really bugs me when my hair is down by my face and it's moving. So lots of times when I take a shower, I'll start out with my hair. I'll just leave it down. But by the end of the day, I've got to put it up in a clip because it's just bugging me so bad. And she also talks about in the book how type 4s don't like to be rubbed or patted. And I'm like, that is so true. Like, I don't like it when my husband like rubs me or rubs my back or whatever. I just want him to hug me and hold still. That's how I feel. So that's how I feel about my hair too. And I'm just like really just throwing this up here right now. So it's not the best ever, but you can see this is a much more kind of sleek, sophisticated kind of hairstyle. So, and I am gonna pop out these earrings here. These are some cute little type 2 earrings. And I'm gonna pop in my favorite type 4 earrings, and I should exercise more obviously because I'm out of breath from talking this much, which is a little bit sad. So here I've got these nice, bold, big type 4 earrings. Now, if you're a type 4, you don't have to wear big stuff. I also have small studs too, but they're like shiny and sparkly. I will tell you, it was like an adjustment for me to wear these types of clothes because I was not used to standing out. Like I said, I want to hide like most of the time, but type 4s we can't hide. All right, so now I'm gonna do the makeup. Now my eyes, I have already got like type 2s and type 4s can wear a lot. Sorry, I don't mean to show you up my nose. Type 2s and 4s can wear a lot of the same colors on their eyes, like this purple is really great. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put on a little more blush. This is a type 4 blush, and this is a blush from Dressing Your Truth. And their makeup is kind of expensive, but it's really high quality. And this will last me forever. Like I do the tiniest dab. I've done a tiny dab, and it's gonna make a big impact. Yeah. So if you want to invest in the Dressing Your Truth makeup, it's totally worth it. I will tell you, I don't love their lip glosses. I'm just being completely honest here. I'm not trying to sell their stuff. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I do love their blushes though. So, all right. The next thing I'm gonna do is, I already have eyeliner on, but for type 4s, what is really amazing is liquid liner. Because with type 4s, things are very exact and precise. And if you're watching this and you're not a type 4 and you're like, well, I'm not a type 4, this doesn't apply to me, you know somebody who's a type 4, and this course is free, so you might as well tell them about it. or you might have a daughter or a mother, or there's somebody. And in future weeks, I am going to be doing makeovers with different types as well. And I just think it's super fun to learn about all the types. So I hope that you think it's fun too. So I'm going to get really close to the camera here, and I'm going to try to, oh, this might be difficult. Try to apply this liquid liner. So with type 4s, we like things exact, and that is what you can get with a liquid liner. You can get an exact line. So I don't know if you can see that very well there, but that's how it goes. And then another thing that is really great, so with type 2s, how I had my makeup, it was just very blended and everything was really blending into my face, and that especially has to do with my eyebrows. These are my natural eyebrow color, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to darken them a little bit, and you're going to see it's really going to create a frame for my face, and it's gonna be amazing. And again, I'm just doing this on this side over here so you can see. So the first thing I do is I'm taking a black pencil. And one of my friends, when I was at the store and I bought a black pencil, and she's like, "You buying black?" And I'm like, "Yep, I am." Because even though I have blonde hair, black is a type 4 color, and I'm not like coloring it on super dark. What I'm doing is I'm coloring the hairs actually. Because now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this eyebrow powder, and because the eyebrow powder just goes on the skin and not the hair, and I didn't want like my blonde hairs showing through the brown powder, so that's why I kind of color the hairs with the black pencil first. Now this is also from Dressing Your Truth. This is not the original container. It was a compact, but it broke, and so I mean after a while the powder just breaks, and so I poured it into another container. So I have this little brush here, and I'm just gonna softly kind of like brush this onto my eyebrow right here, like that, and voila. And that might be a little too dark. Like if I had my Q-tips with me, I might rub a little bit of that off, but I actually really love how it looks. I compare the two eyes. Like, look at which one is popping now. Now I just look really weird without it on that side. Okay, and then the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on lip gloss. I love lip gloss. Type 4s, part of our thing is having a high shine. Now any type can wear lip gloss, but for me personally, I love it because it's shiny. And so you can go for a bold color. Type 4s also look really good with a really pale pink color. And if you do like, and I'm gonna do my whole lips or I'll look ridiculous, not just half. So I'm not gonna talk while I'm doing this actually because I'll mess up. So hold on a sec. There we go. Okay, all right, much better. So I want you to try to remember what I looked like before when I was wearing the type 2. I'm gonna grab it really quick. So hopefully you can see that there is just so much more lightness and brightness to my face with the type 4 than with the type 2. Can you see how that just made me kind of look dead all of a sudden? And now, voila. It's amazing. So, I'm gonna just do this other eyebrow really quick so I don't look ridiculous. All right, that's a little bit better. Okay, so with Dressing Your Truth, you might still be thinking, well, okay, that looks good on you, but I have red hair, so I can't wear those colors. Or I have black hair, and I have always thought I was a winter, but now I'm finding out I'm a type 1, and these are type 1 colors, and I was told that people with black hair should not wear pastels. So I just don't really think that's gonna work for me. Well, let me tell you a story. One of my best friends has red hair, and when she goes shopping, she does not like it when the salespeople come up to her because they are always trying to give her like these earthy tones, like rusts and mustard yellows and browns and stuff like that. And those are type 3 colors. And they're beautiful on type 3s, but she's a type 4. And so they're always saying, oh, you would look so good in this because of your hair. And she's like, no, actually not. This one lady, sales lady, kept hounding her. And she's like, oh, just go try it on, or, you know, and I can't remember if my friend went and tried it on or if the lady just held it up to her. And she's like, oh, no, you're right. That washes you out. And my friend's like, yeah, it does. And so she wears colors like this too, even though she has red hair, and she looks amazing. So if you are still skeptical and don't know if it's really going to work for you, here is the great thing. It is free. So when I bought the course, it was $300, and you only bought the course for your type. So since I have a type 2 daughter and a type 1 daughter, I wanted the courses specific to their types too. So I paid more money to get theirs. So what you're getting now is all 4 courses, which would have cost you $1,200 for free. So if you look at it should be at the top or bottom of this video, there is a link to go and take that free course. You just click on that, or you might have to copy and paste it, I'm not sure. But you just go and you take the very same course that I took. Actually, they redid the course and it's even better now from when I took it. All kinds of videos, and it just teaches you everything: the hair, the makeup, the jewelry, the clothes, all of it. And it's really fun. And if you have daughters, it's really fun to go through with them as well. And now, what if you're thinking, well, but I don't know which type I am, so how do I figure that out? Well, part of the course is helping you to figure that out. That's the very first part of the course, is they go through I'm not going to call it a quiz. I think they do have a quiz, but they just go through some explanations of what the different types are like, and you try to identify from there. But if you still can't figure it out, read this book. And this book really makes it clear. And yes, Lisa, it is life-changing, and I love it. And which type are you? I'm going to guess you're a 1. I can't really tell from your profile picture there, but if I'm looking really close, I'm not sure. So tell me which type you are. So no worries if you don't know which type you are. And, oh, you're a 2. If I could see your clothes, and I could tell that. Awesome. So if you accidentally think you're the wrong type, and then later on you're like, oh, actually, I think I might be something else, guess what? You have access to all 4 courses. In the past, we used to have to like return our course and say, I'm sorry, I think I'm the wrong type, and then they would swap it out. And now you don't have to do that because you have it all. So, and then the last thing is you might be thinking, well, okay, makeovers are fun, but what if I find out that like all of my clothes in my closet are wrong? I don't have money to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe. Well, here's the thing. You don't have to. Chances are you already do have some pieces that are your type in your closet, and for the rest, go to the Goodwill. That's what I did. As soon as I took this course and I found out my type, I went to the Goodwill and I got this fantastic purple shirt that I love. It's got this great keyhole thing in the back and these buttons. It was like $3. It was awesome. I think on the same trip, I got this Ann Taylor coat that is gorgeous at the Goodwill. Super cheap. Maybe it was $10. I can't remember. And I got this great houndstooth coat. Houndstooth is so good on type 4. Look how amazing this looks with the blue and this black houndstooth. I love it so much. Goodwill. So there you go. Now the course, as I said, is totally free. They have an optional style guide that you can purchase. And the style guide will have color cards. And like I said, we used to have to just get these individually, but now the style guide comes with all 4 of them for all 4 of the types. And it has big ones, and it's got small pocket-sized ones that you can take with you when you go shopping. they have updated the style guide. So I did not get this when I got the course, but now they also have pattern guides. So it shows you like samples of different patterns that are great for your type. So that is awesome to take shopping with you as well. With the style guide, you also get It's Just My Nature. You get online support videos and a bunch of extra things that I never got when I got this. And so if you do want to get the style guide as well, it's on sale right now, I think for $99, and you can go click on my affiliate link up in the top as well. So there's a link for the free course, and then there's the link for the style guide, and you can do either. If you haven't done the course yet, I suggest you just do that first. Just do it, and then after that, you can have the chance to get the style guide if you feel like you want it or feel like you need it. I love it. I used to take it shopping with me. I don't anymore because I've been doing this for a long time, and I just really have an eye. And going shopping is so awesome now because I can do it so fast. And for a type 4, that's what we want to do. Like shopping is kind of painful for a type 4. Now, Lisa, you might like shopping. Any other type 2s? I have, my best friend is a type 2 and she loves shopping. And she loves going through and like touching everything and examining everything. And it drives me nuts because type 2s are like museum shoppers. Tell me if this is right for you, Lisa, or any other type 2 on here. So, and my husband's also a type 2. He wants to go in, he wants to go up and down all the aisles. He wants to look at everything. He wants to make sure that he's not missing anything, that he has seen everything before he makes a decision. But with type 4s, I want to go in, I know what I want to kill it, bag it, and get out. And Dressing Your Truth makes that possible. Because what I do is I walk in, I look down a rack of clothes, I identify my colors immediately, and then I just look at those clothes that are my colors, and then I see if the rest of it fits, the design line, the pattern, the cut, all of that, and if it does, then voila, I can be done in no time flat. So that is it. I have talked a lot. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited for those of you who have already discovered Dressing Your Truth, and for those of you who are just discovering it. There has never been a better time. Like I said, you're so lucky that this is free now. Actually, I was totally shocked when Carol Tuttle, the creator of this course, made it free. But it's amazing. I'm so happy she did, so that everybody can have access to this. It is life-changing, and it's not just about how you look, it's about how you feel and how you interact with other people in the world. I feel so much more confident now that I know how to dress. And when I get up in the morning, I don't have to guess if I'm gonna look good. Most of the time, I put on clothes and I start getting, by the time I'm done, I'm like, wow, I look better than I was planning on looking today. And how many times have you said that? I mean, how many times in our life have we gotten ready and said, wow, I look better than I thought I was going to? Like practically never. But that happens to me all the time now with Dressing Your Truth, because I'm 100% confident that I know how to look good all of the time. All right, thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you haven't yet, just go click on the link or paste them or whatever you have to do in your browser to go take the free course. And if you've already taken the free course and you just want the style guide, just go get that. And if you want to check it all out, just click on all the links. And have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave your comments. I love your comments. Thank you, Lisa, for chiming in. And I will see you next week. Hopefully I will be able to round up. I have some friends in mind to come over and do this with me as well. I just need to talk to them. And so we'll be doing more types as the weeks go on with Dressing Your Truth, which is really fun. Thanks again for joining me today. And I will see you here again next Wednesday at 10 or 10:30, depending on when I can get myself together. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much. We'll see you later. Bye.